Pretty sure it's recording. Okay, we'll see. We'll hopefully this is going through. Yeah, I do 2 playthroughs that night. I got through 1, and I started doing the crazy one where I tried to get the rest of the trophies all in 1 playthrough, and I got too tired. I had to play something. Like, I've done everything I need to do up. I'm just beat. I have no energy. Tonight I'm tired too, but I have about 40 minutes of playtime left, and I'm like, I really want to finish this game. So I'm just made a nice big cup of tea, mug of tea, and we'll try. There's a trophy to get. Actually, I gotta dig out my trophy, the guide, because I had to factory reset the phone, so I don't have it open as a new tab, like a tab of itself. I want to verge of that too. Oh, I just got an email. Pono's support emailed me. They managed to recover my Battle Cats account. I don't play Battle Cats so much anymore. I usually play it every few months for a bit, like for the event or whatnot. But my account's really old. It's from 2015, like spring 2015, when there was that you know, the Mola Mola event for the first time. And my phone got stuck in a boot loop. And I couldn't, you know.
I think perhaps it's metal of some sort. It's
like it wasn't quite a boot loop, like
sure.
it would turn on, and as soon as everything got open, it would shut off again and start and reset, like restart.
Dragon?
But I have I had another refurbished phone of the same model, so I just set that one up.
Line dog, actually.
Oh, right.
But yeah, the what was really weird about it is I couldn't get into safe mode. Safe mode would not activate. Like, you know, you press the power button, and then as soon as the logo comes up, you press the volume down button, and it wouldn't work. The last time my phone did it, like the phone I had previously, that got in it, safe mode it didn't help it, and it still would turn right off. It did like the exact same thing as my previous phone did, the one that got fried when I worked at the park. The only thing it wasn't doing was freezing, and the touchpad, you know. The phone I had from 2017 to 2018. I worked at an amusement park for 2018, and it was plus 45 days. It got fried in the heat. Just being in the desk drawer on, because I was doing a lot of I was searching for an apartment, and was working at that museum, and so I had to leave it on, and it just got fried. But what it would do, it would freeze up. Like, you wouldn't know. You would be using it, and then you'd notice that the notification bar was frozen. Like, there was... And, there was, like, you couldn't use the key touchpad. You had to restart the phone. Do it. But if you turned the screen off when it did that, you couldn't, like, it wouldn't turn back, like, wouldn't be responsive if you press the power button to restart it, so you had to take the battery out, because that's the reason I keep this model of phone, because it has a replaceable battery. But yeah, it did. First, the media store went, and that's a problem I've had with that model in the past. Sometimes if you manually clear thumbnails and transfer a bunch of data after instead of waiting, the third-party cameras and some stuff wouldn't work quite right. So at first I had that working, like suggested text, like my custom dictionary and whatnot stopped working, so I would have to type everything out manually. And so I had ordered the other phone when it started doing that, because I was like, oh shit, it's doing what the other one did before it got stuck in a boot loop. And that day, I had got the other phone started to get set up. I was going to do one, like the last backup with Samsung keys and, helium and whatnot, like stuff that can't be backed up to the cloud, like, Nico Atsume and Viber and stuff that, like my multimedia messages in Viber and stuff. Like I was going to do the backup and move it to the other one and back up, like my call logs and my SMS and stuff. And went to do it. I was going to do that in that evening. At afternoon, it started to first start with Firefox crash in the background. I thought, oh well, they just updated Firefox. It might be a planned obsolescence, because it's no longer supported on my device. The newest versions. So I was like, I went to open up Firefox 68 and my phone turned off and it crashed it. I'm like, oh well, not surprised. And then it started doing it would be on, then it would turn right off again as soon as everything loaded up. So it was depressing. Anyway, we're going to go to...
Hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Ellis.
But yeah,
I'm hotel on 39th Street, Queens.
Here I'm going to hail a cab.
Woke up one morning to find
and I'm going to
Tenzin
visit
rooting around in
Poe.
there. Words were...
Al, I'm so sorry. You mean everything to me. I won't let you die.
No, you don't really have any say in that.
Are you okay?
Of course I'm okay. It's you who's shrouded in darkness, my love. El, we must finish what we started.
Nope.
Nope. That's a mood.
What do you mean? Let's finish it.
Let me check and see. No, apparently it's random if either Ellis survives or not if you send her away. It's also random if the killer visits you when you're...
What do you mean?
Us. Our love. I don't care what happens to me. I'm going to leave her. I know I keep saying it, but this time, I really do mean it. Are you ready to spend the rest of your life with me, no matter its length?
No. Yes?
Elle, I fell in love with you the first day we met. You ripped out my heart, diced it into pieces, and reshaped it in your form. I will always be yours, forever. Elle. Will you marry me?
No. Yes!
Elle, I love you. You don't know how happy you've made me. My angel. My absolute angel.
Are you really married? Are you really married?
Okay, anything else I have to do in this chapter? I forgot last chapter I should have turned into Violet and got her to visit Zach. Okay. Chapter 5. Okay.
Actors I've hired to make my life look richer than it is. Tomorrow, I will tell her about us. And I will leave her. Another heart broken, another family destroyed. Another villainous father.
Is your wife gonna kill me? How long have we been together?
Since the day you arrived, my angel, how could any red-blooded man resist you?
Come to Poe's Curiosity Shop. Now, what could the object I've just handed to you be?
I have never seen anything like this. So,
Okay,
it
I just
feels heavy
need
again. And I think
chicken
I want to say
next
it's wooden.
level and
Yes.
to get
And
killed.
There's
Now,
a
what I
handle,
want to do
and then it
after
kind of looks like a bell shape,
Yeah.
like a wooden bell with a large handle.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a non-functional wooden bell.
Yeah.
Next chapter when I get, after I get that, I'm going to quit and then I'm going to save and back up that save because I wanted to play through 2. I want to see if there's a scene for Zach because when he was the murderer last time and I had him jailed, I had a visit from Violet and a visit from Rain. This time the killer's Rain. So I want to, you know, visit,
Hello.
see
I'm
if
Violet.
there's any scene.
Violet.
Well, this is certainly interesting.
But
This,
I want
I would say
to,
you have to hold with 2 hands. And
oh, nothing yet. Nothing
some
now.
color on there as well. I think it's like a green. It's like green paint with some engraving on it.
Yes, what kind
Go to
of-
your room. See if there's anything with Zach.
I'm Zach Weston.
Actually, I'm gonna go back to Sam. I'm gonna see if there's the scene with Violet. Yeah, I should have checked with her.
Combat first, because most people actually think this is an erotic scene.
No, it's you. I was hoping it might be Zach. No. Oh, him, yes. I've heard him on the radio. Never met in real life, though. Are you mocking me, Sam? No, I have never met the man. No. And I've got some very important news for him if he ever shows up. Yes. If he ever shows up.
Yeah, chapter 4 is when I should have visited her. Visited Zach as her. Oh well. I don't care about this game enough to go back. Maybe someday.
Engine crushed against the concrete wall. It's in far better shape than he is.
I'm gonna go visit. We'll switch into Zach.
I'm Zach Weston. Just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
I really hate
Back against it.
That's why I
may
want
have
to
time to take all
do
8
2
shots
playthroughs. I
before
need to
Emma
have
reaches.
Sam
She's
murdered.
fast. Too fast for Jimmy to hit. She tore straight through his gut, pulling out his spine like an afterthought. I grabbed his gun and ran as she shredded.
Zach, the game is up. I think you should leave town.
What?
I know where you were last night. I followed you to Dorota's house. Well, I didn't know it was Dorota's house until we arrived. Call it women's intuition.
I was at the studio. You were at Dorota's.
Don't change the subject. Sam and Dupont put 2 and 2 together.
And then what?
And then they're going to arrest you. You weren't there long, I suppose, but then I guess it doesn't take you long, does it?
You were spying on me.
I followed you there, then back to the studio. You lied to the police. You lied to me. Done with you. We're finished. Don't come back here again.
The 8 forces her to her knees, just a few feet down slope. She raises.
If she mentions a wedding dress there, then she's the killer. But we've already established that it's Rain on this playthrough because everything that would point to Rain has happened, like Rain's mentioned the wedding dress. Rain, like when Bronlyn did the fortune telling, Zach was, like it wasn't that he got away with something. And when you asked Bronlyn about the coins, it wasn't, oh, it was just some serial killer thing. It was, oh, it's just like in Birmingham. So yep, this guide has wrong for Violet. But yeah, I think I just have I have to do the one with Ellis or Monroe next chapter where I send an officer to look after her instead of myself. And then the get killed one. I think those are my 2 final trophies. But again, after next chapter, regardless of how it happens, I'm going to
until the sickness
quit.
spread, the demon could only enjoy that girl trapped in his teeth.
And I'll play
Prepare for the moment, the tipping point
I'll
when
play
she would
through
finally cut her strings
Sam
and
getting
fly.
killed.
There was a process to this. The young, susceptible, high-risk groups already have a home for the demon in...
Sam, I've got some heavy rain news. Lawrence Petrovsky
That's his
Oh,
real name.
I gotta
No,
talk
he's
to him
not a
about this
Russian
first.
spy. He does have a criminal record.
Apparently, if
He
it's
was
Rain
charged
2, he
with the
will
murder
not
of a
give
21-year-old
information.
artist.
Like, in my first
Looks like he got off on a
playthrough,
technicality by all accounts.
I forgot to visit him in my second playthrough. He will,
About 3 months ago in Hong Kong. Be careful,
he won't
sir.
mention Hong Kong at
You're
all.
going to ask him about this. Could be a flight risk. And you know, there's a good chance he could be the killer. Who's behind you? Rain's still a suspect. No corroborated alibi. Bronwyn Castle has one. Lexi Taylor doesn't.
I do not
Got my
like
search
this
back on Rain, or
character's
Trotsky,
acting.
as we should call him. He's got priors that you're looking into. Violet's just admitted being at the crime scene last night with Zach. It's not looking good for Zach now. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. How many people would know that? I think you've narrowed it down to Zach, Rain, and Lex. That's just my professional opinion, mind you. Feel free to ignore the person who hired you. That's it.
She made her decision, and the resolve soothed the scratches in her throat.
I'm going to see if I can visit Zach.
Why would she say that? That would put us both at the crime scene. Dorota was fine when I left her. She asked me to come over and watch her get her freak on, which I did, being the gentleman that I am.
I hate this guy
I misread the
so
signal
much.
somewhat, as I thought I was supposed to join in, which was not the case. I think she threw a teddy bear at me or something. Ugh. After that I left. I had no idea Violet was spying on me. Probably right here. Why? I didn't realize I was under house arrest. Thanks for the advice. I hope I'm not the only suspect.
Not this time.
Rationalizing to the demon parasite in her heart.
But yeah,
They don't. You'll sleep, and it'll be over.
can I visit Phyllis?
I couldn't do this without him. He looks out for me. He's my best friend. What do you know, Sam? It's true. A girl likes to keep her options open. What if someone new were to turn up in town and I realized that I like them more?
Yeah, cut the act.
It's not an act. I have a sweet tooth. And I want to taste all the sweet things.
Let out with her true final bedfellow.
I really don't like her at all.
But the virus wasn't
I haven't
quite
talked to
spread
Poe yet, actually. As Sam. I think that's part of the reason it's not letting me go. I'm going to leave, though, because I do have to talk to
Paraded her
Poe.
face on posters, told her tragic story, painted the town red with her hair and her blood.
It's a lovely place. It has the third most high-rise buildings of any city in the world. Now that's someone I get mistaken for all the time. It's not me. Chief Dupont has made a mistake. I don't know what you're talking about, Detective. Honestly? You don't? Once they're caught, a few hours later they've hopped timelines into someone else. We just keep chasing them. Continuously trying to stop them ruining lives. Yes, but it kills the vessel too. So, you could have a traveler inside you right now, and if I killed you, you'd both be dead. I'm not sure.
At night, he was dead. The demon had outgrown his host, gotten too big for this poor soul to bear, tore him apart and
But yeah, that's, as you can tell, he's the killer.
We interviewed her about her scholarship not too long ago.
Yeah, I really don't like Monroe.
Do you think whoever killed
She uses
plans
people.
to kill Monroe? What makes you think she's in
Playing Poe.
Arrow.
It's like a game
Does
to her,
this
like,
have
oh,
anything
can
to do
I,
with the
you know,
gentleman who stopped
mold this guy and make him leave his wife and kids?
I didn't get his name, I'm afraid. He offered to do a spot on our show, doing tarot readings to answer listening questions. We said we'd think about it. We've worked together for years. She's the light to my shade, the angel to my demon, the
And
diamond
she
to my lump of coal.
fooled around with Dorota.
Heavens no. I have a wife and 3 children, beloved spawn of my loins. Monroe and I. Oh, woman. Monroe is August's sweetheart. Poe and
And
Monroe. That was her idea.
she's trying to hit on Sam.
Our show. We were just another local radio station before that. It was Monroe who decided we should have a theme.
I don't
Dark
like her
Nights
at all.
with Poe and Monroe. Don't tell me you haven't heard it, Detective. That's what the Free Radio Project is all about. Uniting August via the airwaves. Monroe's been delivering free radios anywhere.
See, I asked Violet about the radios already.
Doctor surgeries, hairdressers, the guest house. That's cynical, Detective. Not at all. We aren't the only show on the radio. I didn't expect news to travel this fast. You can't tell anyone else. I've not told my wife yet. I think she should at least hear it from me. I will leave my wife either way. I do hate people that jump ship only when another ship pulls up alongside them. If I drown, it's only right and fair. You can't condone my actions, I understand. Divorce is strangely delicious. A great polarizing topic for society. So many people think it's clearly wrong. So many people think it's clearly acceptable. As the tide turns, the stigma fades. Enjoy your life, Detective. I hope you pick once and pick right. You know, this town is fascinating. There's a lot more to it than meets the eye. Have you ever read up on the real history of August? The official story is that Mary August retired. It's true that Mary... They slaughtered. Yes, August was built on the blood of innocents.
Oh yeah,
Kind
go
of
on,
puts
Skip.
His murder into perspective, doesn't it?
It's now 10 o'clock. Here's your August update. Investigations deepen into last night's murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Miss Shaw, talented cellist who had recently been granted a place at Juilliard, was found strangled at her home last night. With the murderer still at large,
I'm going
Chief
to
DuPont has urged
not go on
residents
to the next
remain
chapter
calm
yet
and
because I
stresses
want
there
to
is
visit
almost no chance of anyone else
Monroe
being harmed.
as Poe.
Alice, if you're listening, let me know you're okay. In other news, a handful of August residents have reported seeing strange lights in the sky earlier this evening. The lights, which witnesses describe as searingly bright, were
But yeah,
spotted over the
apparently
east edge of town.
Alice can
past the
randomly
fire
die
station.
next time.
Have you seen any strange lights? For that matter,
The only way to
little
make sure
green
she
men?
doesn't die
Let me
is if
know.
you stay at her
That's
house
10 o'clock with Poe.
to protect her. But if you're at the house alone, the murderer might come visit you.
She staggers with each impact, then begins to sprint at Lung. What the fuck? Lung crosses his arms to shield himself as the girl leaps onto him.
But, if you send her away, sometimes she'll survive, sometimes she won't. If you send an officer with her, sometimes she'll die.
Update.
Into his chest, grabbing for something or letting something go. It only takes a second. A transfer of energy takes place. They can all...
John. I'm gonna be fine.
How long have we been together now?
On the radio? I started at Radio August about 2 years ago. Why?
No, I mean, romantically. Do you want me to leave my wife?
I only want you to do what makes you happy. I'll be waiting for you either way.
Why didn't you tell me about Dorota?
What didn't I tell you about Dorota?
That you were sleeping with her. I'm giving you a chance to tell me now.
It was just a fling, John. I wanted to try something different. To stretch myself. I would have told you eventually. All three of us could have had fun together. You do want to have fun with me, don't you, John?
With Poe and Monroe. Now, this is a particularly interesting one. So this is coming from Marek, and they
Oh, this
say,
creepy Zach with Alice. Nah, can't do anything.
walking on a tightrope across a pool of sharks. But the sharks don't seem to notice me. They're busy playing poker.
Yeah, I think it has several interesting elements to it. From the
I'll
shark,
visit
from the
everyone
awful
just one last time.
Sorry,
make
Sam,
sure.
what made you feel? Yeah, I always cry around this time of night, Sam. What's the point, Sam, huh? If we can't save them. Mercury is a curse. It's like some tourist guide for murders. I try for Alexi and Ring to make them think that we can make a difference, make a change,
That's
but
why we're going to finish this game, like, the next...
we haven't so far. What if we can't make a change?
I'm going to have, like, after I do the Alice chapter, I'm going to stop. I'm going to save, back up the save, and then I'll play through having, false imprisoning Zach and getting Sam killed. And that's how I'll do that, and then I will load up the next save. I'll have Rain jailed, and I'll see through that ending, and I'll stop with, you know, a good ending.
Baby,
Yeah.
if we could just save one person, Sam. Alice. We need to save her.
We need to. Yes. She's definitely got a monkey on her back. I saw her get changed. She's got all these scars on her back in the shape of a monkey. Like they've been burned into her. What the hell happened to her, Sam? Yes, I managed to sneak a look at her laptop. She's been Googling Ellis Munro.
Yeah, I'm so happy that Ponyo's restored my account. I gotta update Battle Cats and
It rings a bell, but no. Sorry, Sam.
I was scared because I emailed them what happened.
And Monroe.
It's been a few days, and I expected
The Bag
I
Lady
hadn't
by David F. Schultz, read by
logged
Benjamin
in months that they might not be able to. Like, I've had it on my phone, I just didn't. And what irks me is I was like, I should do a data transfer, but I was hoping to save the other
Quite a lot, actually. For one, he has a massive collection of books about serial killers. But also, Sam, are you a shapeshifter?
I'll say yes.
I knew it! Actually, I didn't suspect a thing. So how does it work? Can you beat anyone you want? Can you beat Ariana Grande? So, what about you? Are you human, or are you something else? Who is Sam? This is incredible. Bronwyn and Rain are going to be so stoked. Ah, no fair. Fine, my lips are sealed. This is going to be so hard though. Who, what, which one's what? No. Should I? He's off the radio. I don't really know him. Actually, I'm glad you're here. I really, really want to do a reading for you right now. You know, to help. Great. Let me just draw 3 cards for you. This is just a general reading. You don't need a question. Okay. No, the 2 of Cups. That's mysterious. Is there anyone you feel a spark of attraction to? Maybe someone you've met recently? The Lovers. I did not expect that. It seems this attraction has the potential to be life-changing, if you want it to be. And finally, the Knight of Cups. This card is about pursuing your heart's desire.
I thought I only got her to flip the first one, and I told her like no last time.
Really feel. Wow, what an interesting reading. Does it mean anything to you?
Yeah, I'll pursue her.
You catch on quickly, don't you, Sam?
But the entity did not understand the concept of water or air, floating or standing, living or dead. These things were all alien to it.
What was it, Rain one last time?
The form was an approximation of its first victim, a homeless lady named Bethany.
It's now 10 o'clock. Here's your August update.
And I think if I don't dare skip this because it's crashed on me previously when I skipped the radio thing in between.
Granted a place at Julia, was found strangled at her home last night. With the murderer still at large,
Yeah,
Chief
I'm
DuPont has
so
urged
sleepy.
residents to remain calm and
I take
stresses
some
there is
stuff upstairs,
almost
too.
no chance of anyone else being
I
harmed.
plan to take more up.
Alice, if you're listening.
But I put
Let
everything
me
in the
know
cats,
you're
like, that I had to take.
In other news,
in
a handful of August residents have
like,
reported
tote
seeing
bag I
strange
have
lights in the sky
for when I
earlier
take
this
Minnow to
evening.
the vet and
Lights
stuff.
which witnesses describe as searingly bright were
And
spotted over the east edge of town, past the fire station.
I had it sitting on the table,
Have you seen
and I
any strange
had
lights?
my other stuff to
For
take
that
up
matter,
sitting on the
little
table,
green
and it
men?
had been there since
Let me know.
yesterday.
That's 10 o'clock.
I was going to take it up last night, and I got too tired, so I didn't bother. Figured I'd do it tonight. Went to do it, and it had been knocked on the floor into the water bowl.
I've just got off the phone with someone who thinks they saw a UFO on one of the nights that Violet went missing. Aliens would be normal right now. Anyway, now you're here, it's time. What do you suggest we do with Alice Monroe? I'll send Danny over. And that means there'll be nobody at the guest house. So be extra vigilant.
What do you mean you're sticking me with Danny? Danny is basically doing on a screen. I'm a sitting duck. Isn't there anyone else?
No.
Chief DuPont? The only thing I've ever seen him run after is an ice cream truck. Fine.
Goodbye.
Danny it is. I just hope you know what you're doing.
I don't care. No, guess she dies. But what is it? Is there only two?
Sam, where the hell are you? On the road? Come up to the station now. Danny's disappeared and Alice is dead. She's been strangled, Sam. How the hell did we let that happen? I guess you're true. She had the same gold coin in her mouth. Looks like we've definitely got a serial killer now.
It's 11 o'clock. My good friend and co-host Alice Monroe has died. Her life was ended a short while ago by, we think, the same person who murdered Dorota Shaw. I know that you are shocked and devastated and heartbroken by this news.
It's really going to make me feel bad about that, but I don't really care.
There is nothing more I
because Sam's not going to be alive much
you will
longer.
join me now in a minute's silence to remember Alice Monroe. I've heard.
Like, is it just Chief DuPont and Danny in the whole fucking town of August for police officers? Thought maybe she had survived the way it was. Oh, Danny's disappeared. Where the fuck did Danny go? Anyway, I'm so sleepy. Yeah, it's like, oh, here, feel really bad that you killed her, even though, like, you should have protected her. But,
Sam, I have some bad news. We've done a group reading, and it's you. We can't predict that. The next victim It's you. I'm sorry. I think you've interfered too much. That's why you're the next.
Yeah, apparently sometimes she can survive too.
I've
But
called
it's
Chief
like...
DuPont already. He's asked that you meet with him. You should go, Sam. Be careful.
Sam, it's almost midnight. You're still alive. This is a good thing, but no one's even attempted to kill you yet. You've given me a lot of evidence, enough to arrest someone. But who? Make the right decision. You should be safe. If we don't, well, we've all got to sleep at some point. I can get someone to guard your room at the guest house, but it might not be enough. So, Sam?
Yeah, who?
Who should I
Fucking
arrest?
Danny? Danny's fucking useless. Right, what we're going to do, I'm going to stop it here right now. And then I'm going to make a save file. And then I'll be back.